What's going on, YouTube? Man, what an exciting game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. I mean, an absolute back and forth game. This was the absolute best game of the day that we saw. Two teams that are very familiar with each other, two coaches that are very familiar with each other. They have a rich history of playing each other in the playoffs, and this game lived up to be everything that we thought it was going to be. Okay, we're going to get into the breakdowns of the game. We'll get into the numbers and the stats and everything that happened in the game, but I just want to say off the top as I start the show, okay, to say that Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Now, listen, before I go into saying what I'm saying, let me preface what I'm saying by saying this here first, okay? I do believe that Jordan Love at some point in time will be or in the very near future will be a absolute superstar or at least a great quarterback in the National Football League, okay? And we all understand that typically you have to take some growing pains as you're coming up in the National Football League. These are just things that happen. We saw C.J. Stroud a little bit earlier, okay? He had a great game, but he had to take some growing pains. The Texans as a team had to take some growing pains. But in this particular game right here, Jordan Love absolutely cost the Green Bay Packers this game, okay? And not only Jordan Love, I thought the Green Bay Packers as a whole started to unravel in certain parts of this game. San Francisco lost Deebo Samuels in this game so it appeared to be a little bit of a head injury or something, or maybe something else that was bothering him. Whatever it was, he was not able to return to the game, all right? Took his pads off. He was not to play, so we're thinking it was a head injury. Hope that he's all right. But, man, the Green Bay, I mean, there was a missed field goal. I thought in the first half there was a chance that Matt LaFleur could have challenged the play. Okay, it was a very, very close call on a 4th and 1. I understand why you don't challenge calls like that, but when you're on the road in the game and when you're trying to overcome a team that you're an underdog with, a team that is a heavy favorite to win this game, all right, and you know you're playing with for all intents and purposes, a rookie quarterback in his first year starting for you as a leader of the franchise. The team was playing too hard. The Green Bay had all of their timeouts at the end of the second half. I don't even know why they wound up calling two. It was a waste of them even calling those two timeouts. It's really a head scratcher there. But they had all of their timeouts. They could have blew a timeout in the first quarter of that game when Green Bay had a chance to either take another field goal and be up 6-0, or they could have went up 10-0. All right, I thought that was really key in the game. I thought Matt LaFleur should have took a chance right there because it was very, very close. And from the looks of it, I thought that the referee gave him a very, very bad spot on that play. Okay. Jordan Love also on 3rd and 2, he missed Aaron Jones wide open. Aaron Jones wide open in the flat. It would have extended the drive. The Green Bay Packers were on the plus side of the 50, entering San Francisco 49ers territory. It was a layup that he missed. There was another pass that he missed to his tight end that he was behind him on. It got tipped up, and Greenlaw wound up intercepting that ball. And then at the very end of the game, okay, inexplicable. How do you go and roll out to your right? All right, you got 50 seconds in this game. You only need a field goal, okay? All right, and you have, I believe, what was 2 timeouts at that particular time, okay? How do you roll out to your right and then throw the ball across your body trying to hit a Christian Watson when there are 3 other defenders that are able to converge on the ball at the same time? And guess what? Yes, you've guessed it. It was picked off, game-sealing interception. That is just a play that you cannot make as a quarterback of your football team. That's a play as the leader of your football team that you cannot. Those guys, you owe it to those guys on the football field that's on there, that's grinding with you every single day, not to make a kind of mistake like that. This team played a wonderful game, okay? There was times where I feel like in the fourth quarter, all right, when Aaron Jones broke a 53-yard run in the fourth quarter, it really felt like this game was in the bag, okay? Green Bay was up. They was getting ready to go in and score, and then they missed that field goal, all right? It's just the things that were happening with this team. So, unfortunately, San Francisco won this game. And I say unfortunately because I will keep it real with you. I did not want San Francisco to win this game. Y'all can see why I didn't want San Francisco to win this game. I think they're a bunch of whining, front-running crybabies, okay? But, however, I understand that San Francisco did not have Deebo Samuel. Brock Purdy did come out to play today, okay? At first, he was looking shaky in this game. I thought he finished the game very well. I thought Christian McCaffrey finished the game very well after he was dealing with it. Looked to be some cramps. It looked to be some muscle injury going on. They was trying to massage him on the sideline. He had the gun, and they was working on him, man. But what a game by Christian McCaffrey. Let's get into the numbers here, okay? So we'll start out with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, okay? Jordan Love today, 21-34 for 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. touchdowns and the 2 interceptions, as we talked about. Okay, those 2 interceptions crucial. All right, we understand they're crucial in the regular season, so we understand that they're multiplied in the postseason. All right, just cannot happen. All right, Aaron Jones today, great game today, 18 carries for 108 yards. Again, like I said, he had a long for 53 yards in the fourth quarter. That really seemed like the straw that was going to break the camel's back, but unfortunately, it just time after time after time, it just looked like Green Bay did not want to win this game. Green Bay did not want to take hold of this game. I mean, even when we're talking about in the first quarter of the game, Darnell Savage, I believe his name is, for the Green Bay Packers, the safety who picked off Dak Prescott and took it to the house for a pick six, had another same exact play, but this time not on the left side of the field. This was on the right hash. He'd had the ball right in his hands. Unfortunately, he was not able to come up with that interception. He would have had another walk-in touchdown at that particular point in time, another pick six. That would have been very, very pivotal in that game. That would have made the game 10-0 as well. All right, and you know how things start to snowball from there. So I thought the Green Bay Packers came out. They played an excellent game. Yes, the future is very, very bright for Green Bay, but tonight, there's just too many mistakes from a young team. Now, and when I say a young team, because we have to put it in perspective. All right, Green Bay is the youngest team in the National Football League. Not Houston, not Carolina. Okay, we're talking about the Green Bay Packers. All right, so you expect to see these kind of mistakes from a Green Bay Packers team, especially a younger team. Or you would think that Matt LaFleur has a little bit of experience now dealing with Aaron Rodgers and going to the playoffs and things like that. All right, but unfortunately, he hasn't gotten a chance to get over the hump either. All right, and today he didn't get over the hump again. All right, so Romeo Doubs today had 4 catches for 83 yards. All right, Reed also had 4 catches for 35 yards, and those were really the top 2 pass catches for Jordan Love today. All right, Brock Purdy, again, I will give credit where credit's due. All right, I think Brock Purdy managed the game very well. All right, the reason why I say managed the game is because, listen, this has nothing to do with Cam Newton said. All right, I thought Brock Purdy didn't have an outstanding game. I thought he had an up and down game, but I thought that Brock Purdy stepped up in moments where he needed to. I thought that Brock Purdy made a couple throws when he needed to make them. Yeah, he had a couple tips, he had a couple bad throws. I mean, I think him and Jordan Love was kind of playing the same kind of game. Okay, but in the end, Brock Purdy was able to make the plays at the end of the game that Jordan Love was not able to. Brock Purdy was able to extend a down by using his legs and getting out and almost scoring a touchdown there. So he made plays that were necessary. He didn't make any catastrophic plays today. Brock Purdy was 23 of 39 for 252 yards for a touchdown, 1 touchdown with an 86.7 quarterback rating. Okay, Christian McCaffrey, again, as I mentioned, all right, Christian McCaffrey, 17 carries for 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey also had 7 catches for 30 yards. So again, another game where he averages over 100 yards from scrimmage, and that guy is just he's just a perfect picture of production. All right, each and every week what you're going to get from a guy like Christian McCaffrey, and I thought he really came up big, especially when you didn't have Deebo Samuels in the game. George Kittle led the group in receiving today. All right, 4 catches for 81 yards. All right, Jennings also came through today for 5 catches for 61 yards. All right, not too much for Brandon Ayuk today, but he did make a very, very critical catch on the 3rd down to extend the drive. A ball that was kind of low for Brock for him to be able to catch, but he was able to make a play for his quarterback. Okay, I mean, just a back and forth, a wonderful game. This was a game between 2 coaches who really understood who they were, what they were trying to accomplish, how that they can attack the other person, how that they can throw some wrenches in the plans of what they're trying to do, because they understand that they're running similar schemes here. And I thought you just saw the best of 2 teams that was trying to go out here and advance to the National Football Conference Championship game, man. And San Francisco was the better team today. All right, I mean, just a wonderful game. I don't hate the fact that San Francisco won this game, because I think that they earned the win. All right, now, yes, I did say there were some things that Green Bay just gave up, and Green Bay absolutely gave this game away. All right, but at the same time, you have to win the game. Right? You can say another team didn't want to do this, couldn't do, but San Francisco had to make the play. All right, Green Bay defense stepped up time and time again tonight, but they were not able to step up when they needed them to step up most, and that was on that last final drive. And Brock Purdy was the quarterback who drove his team down the football field when they had to have a touchdown and got in the end zone by handing the ball off to Christian McCaffrey for, I believe, which was a 7-yard touchdown. I'm not sure if Green Bay had to let them score. It was a minute left in the game at that particular point in time. You know how things go. You stop them from scoring. They run the clock. You got to call a timeout. They're going to run the ball again. And so I think at that point in time, it's probably just easier for them just to go ahead and concede the touchdown. But at any rate, man, for Jordan Love to just make, you just cannot make that play if you're Jordan Love. All right. If you're a Packers fan, you're watching this, man, tell me how you feeling about your team. Tell me how you feel about that pass that Jordan Love made. And do you blame Jordan Love for the reason why you lost this game? All right. If you're a San Francisco 49er fan, all right, how do you feel going into the next week of the playoffs? Okay. Do you feel like you're prepared? Do you feel like this team played the way that you thought it could play? I thought San Francisco played its B game tonight, if I have to be honest with you. Okay. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I don't really love San Francisco, but I've seen San Francisco's A game, and tonight it wasn't their A game. Despite Green Bay having a better than average defense, despite Green Bay and Matt LaFleur understanding what Kyle Shanahan wants to do, because they come from the same coaching tree and they kind of run a similar systems and things like that. Okay, aside from all those things, okay, when you lose a guy like Deebo Samuels, you're going to lose a little bit of production. All right, it's kind of like you're playing left-handed if you're a right-handed team. All right, because Deebo Samuels attracts so much attention when he's out there on the football field. All right, my personal feelings aside, all right, you have to account for Deebo. You have to make sure you gang tackle to where Deebo is, and Deebo is the kind of guy that can break a play at any given point in time. When you don't have a weapon like that on the football field, that is a key loss. Okay, so when we look at how this game went, there's a part of you that has to say, if the San Francisco 49ers would have had Deebo Samuels this entire time, would this game had even been this close? All right, we will never know, because unfortunately Deebo Samuels got hurt. However, all right, the San Francisco 49ers found a way to get it done. All right, they win this game 24-21 over the Green Bay Packers, and will advance to the next round of the playoffs, to the championship game, to play either the Bucks or the Lions. And that game will be tomorrow afternoon, and we will wait and see who they will play. But for tonight, San Francisco was the better team. Okay, they made more plays, and Brock Purdy drove his team down there in crunch time and got a game-winning touchdown. All right, so that's it, man. San Francisco wins this game over the Green Bay Packers tonight, 24-21, and will advance to the NFC Championship game.